Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel and my Facebook page, Muriel Talks. So today I will talk about my arrival in France when I was 18, so to start my university studies. I actually arrived in Bordeaux. Bordeaux is in the southwest of France on the Atlantic coast, not too far from Spain. And it's actually a warm weather, so it's not too cold. It's a good environment as a first arrival in France. For me it was really a good environment, and I also had some of my family there, an auntie, my big brother, and some of my cousins, and also the cousin that arrived with me the same year in France. So yeah, we arrived to Bordeaux, but even though I had my family, I started living all by myself. So I was 18, and where we were lodged was university's room. So those universities' room were in places, in actually buildings called villages. So there was villages 1 up to villages 6, and I was in village 3. So the room was 9 meters square. And I can tell you that when you come from Africa, where you have a big, large home and you arrive in 9 meters square, is something you don't forget. It's like you do 5 steps and you're to your wall, to your window. So yeah, if I can describe that home from what I remember my first home, because each year I would change rooms. When I would go on holiday, I would vacate my home. I wasn't keeping it for the holidays, even though I could. But maybe, I don't know why, it was maybe a way for me to cope with it. So every year I was changing homes. Sometimes I was changing villages. I was actually expecting to get the biggest home, but they were more allocated for people in like PhD or master degrees. So for the time that I spent in the university villages, I actually wasn't able to get those big homes, but I soon left the villages. So I never been in the big homes, the studio that had everything incorporated. So the homes where I was, the kitchen and the bathrooms were out of the homes. So we actually decided, me and my cousin, because we arrived the same year, so we were having rooms that were close to each other. So we were at the fourth floor. I don't know why we opted for the fourth floor. Don't ask me. We just wanted to be up there. It was the last floor. And it was actually fun because we made friends with our neighbors. We knew all of them. Some were Senegalese, some were from Rwanda, Congo. So yes, we really catch up with them, and it was nice. That first year there was very nice. So yeah, so if I have to describe the room, as I was saying, when you enter in that room, you have a sink on the right, because yeah, you were entering, so the door was on the left, and you have the sink on your right when you enter the room. And that sink is to do your toilet, brush your teeth in the morning. Then there was a cupboard, and just after the cupboard, my bed and a table and a window. That was it. So yeah, it was an experience for me, coming from a home in Africa, a big home, actually many homes, When it comes to uni, I was then in University of Bordeaux 1, but now it's only University of Bordeaux because they have all combined all the universities nowadays. But then I was in University of Bordeaux 1, who was the University of Science and Technology. So I started my first license in geology and biology. And this is one of the main issue with studying in France, is that it starts in a very broad way. So I knew I wanted to do geotechnics. This was my goal right from the beginning. But I had to cope with courses of biology. And even though I wasn't bad at it because it's science, so I've done some of it when I was in high school, but I couldn't learn all the names or the scientific names, uh, do all the drawings with. We were doing dissecations of animals, so it wasn't my field. I didn't like it, so I wasn't really putting effort in it. And also we had paleontology, fossils, doing all the classifications of fossils, the Latin names, the knowing how to draw them, how to describe them. Honestly, I don't remember much about it because I really didn't like it and I wasn't putting efforts. And because I wasn't putting effort in learning it, actually I wasted 2 years of my studies, uh, because the first time was because of paleontology, and the second time I wanted to run away from paleontology, so I went to civil engineering. And the issue with the civil engineering was that there was structure calculations, um, concrete calculations, and that too was very difficult for me. So I failed that year. It was in my third year of license. I failed it, so it was what is equivalent to the bachelor degree. And the second time, I had to spend all my nights at the library because I knew that those courses of calculations were really tough for me. So, right from the first month, I was spending all my nights at the library trying to break down and understand all those calculations to be able to succeed my second time. And actually, I succeeded. My license 3 and my master 1 was very great due to that hard work, that effort I have to put in. All this to do geotechnics. So it wasn't my field, but I have to learn all those courses that has nothing to do with my career. Actually, they are useless for me. I'm not using them. I don't remember much about them. I just have to learn them because this is a French system. The French system is very broad, and is the issue with that's the difference between English system, American system, or even European system with the French system, is that French system you have a lot of courses that are useless for your career. There's they are they start very broad and they're refined when they get to master degree. When actually, for example, if I take UK, in UK, as a bachelor you can start working, but in France as a bachelor you can't start working because you are still having a broad knowledge of your field. So it's only when you get to the master degree that actually you do what is concerns your field. So this is something that for me is a waste of time for students, because you can, like me, failed due to courses that have nothing to do with your career or your goals. So it's a bit difficult. Also, you can have bad grades due to all this because you don't like it. It's not what you want to do, and you're forced to learn. And if you put efforts, if you understand, it's good, but at times it really don't push you to learn. So this is what I can say about my arrival in France. I will continue on that subject in my next video. So if you have questions or subjects you want me to talk about, you can ask in comments. But for now, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share the video. Thanks. Bye.